Hey, I'm Dan Harris from Nightline. I'm here with Brendon Urie from Panic at the Disco. In the disco? At the disco?
At the. The prepositions are.
Cindy said in, and I got confused.
It's that New Jerseyan.
Yeah, we just did a joint interview with Cyndi Lauper, who wrote the music for Kinky Boots, in which you are starring right now. Yeah. So we asked some folks for questions for you, and we got, I think, 4,000 or something like that. Some crazy amount of questions. You got a lot of fans, man.
That's great. That's great.
So here's one. Do you have different vocal warm-ups now compared to the ones you do for tour?
I do, and I'm gonna definitely carry over from what I've learned from this into the rock world, because what I had taught myself over the last decade, it wasn't totally different, but there's new things that I've picked up now that have saved me for the show. Doing 8 shows a week, doing so many songs, and it's mostly the talking in the show that just kills your larynx and your throat. But yeah, there's definitely new stuff I've learned. Pulling my tongue out, there's like a whole thing.
Pulling your tongue out?
Yeah, that's like one of the things. You pull out your tongue while you're doing warm-ups, and it's supposed to get it away from your. It's really bizarre.
It must look pretty weird.
It looks awesome. It's very cool.
So, okay, so do you get to keep the high heels after the shows are over, or do you have to return them?
Well, I get to keep those things. Those are custom, baby. So when I showed up to get fitted for them, I had my skinny jeans on. I was like, maybe I should take these off to fit. He's like, you're going to be fine. So now that I have them, everybody calls me Squeaky Boots, because they're brand new and everybody's are like worked in, so every time I walk it's ring, ring, ring. But yeah, I get to keep them. So I plan on being Lola. I want to be a drag queen for Halloween, because I got the boots.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Use them. Do you see yourself pursuing acting more in the future? Musical theater, movies, TV, etc.?
Yes, I would love to do all of that. Anything, really. This was my first real jump into acting, and I was so terrified. But I know that that's a good sign. When I'm scared, like really anxious, I know that's a choice you can make, to just completely fail and then try again, or to just succeed and just run headfirst into it and see what happens. I love scaring myself, so that it helps.
Cyndi Lauper said that he's going to be a movie star, just for the record. How nervous were you when you performed on the first night versus now? So you've been doing this about 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. Are you still nervous, or have you gotten comfortable?
Nervous, no. I was nervous the first night, and only because of one reason. When I had a full dress rehearsal the day of my first show, and I went up to greet my dad, first scene, and I grabbed the champagne glass and it fell. I was like so nervous, I shook it and it like dropped off the top of the unit, shattered everywhere, and everybody in the cast just grabbed it and kind of went back to the scene. But after that I was like, okay, I know I won't do that again. So after that, the first show I walked out, I was just white knuckling that thing. I was like, I'm not letting you go, and then handing it off. It was just like, no. And then after that, I was like, all right. So the bad thing happened, and now I'm good.
But after all these years with Panic, where you travel all over the world, you perform in front of tens of thousands of people, being on a Broadway stage in front of what, 400 people, or I don't know how many people.
I was like 1,400.
Yeah. So why would that make you so nervous that your hand shook?
It wasn't even. I wasn't even thinking about the audience at that point. I was just wanting to do well by the cast. So when I get up there, it's so intimidating because they're all such phenomenal actors and just so good at every aspect of what they do. And I would notice that they would do quirky little changes. So then at that point, I was like, oh, so it's a living, breathing thing. Okay, we're gonna mold this together, and it makes me react differently. So it was just all intimidating, and I think it all came to a head, and I was just like, oh, geez. Didn't know what was happening, but that's just my anxiety disorder.
By all accounts, well, your anxiety disorder,
well, it comes and goes, but it was fun. And live theater, it's kind of funny if something like that happens, because Charlie Price's character is supposed to be that bumbling, unfocused, freaked out guy all the time.
It's funny you say anxiety disorder. I don't know if you're kidding about that.
No, I actually have anxiety disorder.
So, I mean, I think it's really brave and important for somebody in your position to be able to talk about that openly.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a real thing. But that was, even when my band, so when Panic was starting off tour, it felt natural to want to perform. So that was never like a crazy thing. And then this was so brand new to me, such a new thing, that, like I said, just being around all the people in the cast and having been a fan of the show, it's a little daunting. It's like being around Cyndi talking about music, and you're just like, what is happening right now? Yeah. This is so surreal. It was just like everything, compiled into one emotion, and then you're just like, I don't know what's going on. Just throwing a champagne glass everywhere.
Could have been worse.
Could have been much worse.
So what are your plans for after your run on Kinky Boots? Because you're going through early August.
Yes.
Will you be writing new music, touring, taking a break? What's the plan?
Yeah, so I'm actually writing music like in between shows. Came in here, was working on a couple beats. Yeah, when I'm done here, August 6th is my last show, and then I'm going back to LA to start Frankensteining all my ideas into whatever an album could be.
I think your fans are going to be very excited about that.
I hope so.
And here's the last question. What touristy things have you done or will you do while living here in New York City?
I haven't had a lot of time to do that much, but the last like touristy thing I did, I don't know if it's touristy. I walked to the High Line, went to Chelsea Market. That place is dangerous because you can just walk through and just get so full. I get sick. Just ice cream, tacos, pork sandwiches, just like everything.
I've fallen into that trap myself.
It's an easy trap to fall into.
But then you walk it off in the High Line.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't live in New York City, the High Line is this incredible park that was built onto these old elevated train tracks, and it runs for blocks and blocks and blocks along the west side of the city.
Beautiful.
But at one point, there's this little trap in there called Chelsea Market where they have delicious food, and you can get really fat really very quickly.
Yeah, you feel very sick.
You don't look fat, but even slightly.
That's very kind of you. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's definitely dangerous, man. I just leave there sick every time. I can't help it. I don't know why. Self-control, discipline. I don't know what those things are.
Yeah, you're my brother in that sense. Thank you very much for doing this. Really
Absolutely,
appreciate
man.
it. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to do another interview for Nightline, and this piece will air in the not too distant future. We'll let you know. But thanks again.
Thanks,
but
man.
thank you guys. Bye.